I'm Lissy from Fangirlish. It's good to talk to both of you.
You too.
See you.
I thank you both for starting my Christmas season right. The movie was adorable.
Oh,
Good.
thank you.
I wanted to talk, I think, first about the grief aspect of it for both of you because I lost my father a couple of years ago, and sort of to have the movie, it was kind of catharsis in a way to sort of see a message about the holidays are hard if you lost someone, but here are the good things about the holidays, and sort of you can still enjoy them. So maybe both of you, like, it was that sort of the idea.
For me, it certainly was. I mean, that's what attracted me to the project. Otherwise, it's just another romantic movie where two people are struggling to be together. There's a few jokes, and in 97 minutes, they worked it out. So I've been in a few of those. So for this, it was the fact that he was a single father, a widower. I could relate to that because my mother had to be that role. She had to be the father and the mother. I've had 13 years of being a father now. That's when I walked away from this business, was when my daughter was born, so I could be a full-time father. So I was very excited and nervous for the opportunity to play those scenes and to have that sort of spiritual weight in the background and having to play to that and all the things that come with that, protecting your daughter or thinking you need to protect her, protecting your feelings and not letting too much out because you want to project strength, but you have to be sensitive. Like my mom had to do all of those things, and it was not an easy task for her. And sometimes she failed. And remembering those failures were what made it okay for Miguel to fail and try too hard and put too much pressure on himself. So for me, it was the main motivation for responding to the script was the element of grief and just how differently we all process it. And I just tried to bring the most relatable parts, the most universal parts of that in there. And then at the end, when you kind of see the young woman that this girl's going to become, it makes all that pain worth it, and you don't feel it anymore. You get a lot of, like you said, it was cathartic. You start to feel a lot of, relief and joy. So for me, it was the main motivating factor.
Yeah, and for me too. I mean, I'm really close to my parents. When I was singing the songs in the actual booth, I brought pictures of my family and sang to them because they would just instantly open my heart. But it means a lot, Lizzie, for you to say that you weren't just entertained, you didn't just like the music, you didn't just start dancing, but that this made you feel like helped you process and heal. And that's what I think makes this movie so special, is that it has layers. Obviously, the tamales, the tequila, the Spanish, the romance, the music, all that is really fun. But I think if it could make people feel less alone, that's what will make it a classic, right? That's what will make it a movie where it's like you just feel like you had a great big hug after you watch this movie, and you're okay with taking out the picture of your mom and you, because no one lives forever. And I think the biggest thing we could do for the people we love is remember them and honor them by talking about them and allowing their presence in our life to make us better. And then we do the same, for other people. So I think that really touches my heart, that you feel like maybe your dad was like an angel, because Angelina was actually named after our producer Herman Torres's mom. And I really felt, Latinos are very superstitious, right? I believe in angels, and I really think that Angelina just guided us. And I tell you, Freddie's dad and your dad, it's nice, they're still with us, just not in the physical form.
Right. And then so quickly, like the movie was very Latino, as you said, but sort of very Latina in the background, sort of like, this is who we are, not this is what you got to take from it. It was super refreshing. So if you can speak a little about that.
Absolutely. Aimee, you want to start?
Sure. For me, Spanish is my first language, so it was really important to bring that into the film. So I asked Netflix, if part of the Feliz Navidad, porque sin ti no hay Navidad, I'm like, can we do a percentage of that in Spanish? And they said yes. And I think it's very authentic because it was written by Latinos, produced by Latinos, directed by an award-winning Latina. And, who we are, we don't have to push who we are. Like, I'm from Chicago, I'm an all-American girl, but I am definitely Puerto Rican and Mexican, and Spanish is my first language. So it was nice to just represent our community in an all-American way in a beautiful Christmas movie that I think will resonate with Latinos and non-Latinos. Go ahead, Fred.
Just to piggyback on that, I understand like when people feel, especially white people, when they feel kind of left out with some of these kind of films, and you hear terms like forced diversity. This is just a bunch of artists telling an honest story, and everyone I know who's seen it finds someone that they can grab onto or something. Like the only difference is the food and the music, and that's it. A very smart lady said once, I saw this online one time, she said, you know, there's only one race, and that's the human race. It's just the cultural differences. And I've always been a big believer in that, although that may sound crazy to some people. We really are all on the same planet. Like we're earthlings. And it's the cultural things, the food, the music, the way we dance. That's what separates us. But it doesn't divide us. It just separates us because you haven't tasted tamales yet. But once you do, you're in.
I absolutely love that. Thank you so much to both of you. And I hope people enjoy the movie as much as I did.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Thank you.